Hey, it's Colleen with Rope and Resellers. I'm here for a sales update for what I sold on eBay for the week of November 5th through the 11th, 2018. 10 things sold this week, so let's get right into it. $9.29 is what this sold for. I had it 7% off. It's a LDS, Latter-day Saints, Mormon, young woman's necklace pendant charm. Sold for $9.29. I had things 7% off. It didn't cost me anything. It came out of a jewelry jar I won. $4.08 for eBay, PayPal, and shipping costs for a total profit of $5.21. It took 8 months to sell. The next thing was a Bolle book bag from the 90s. You can tell by the green and purple coloring with some bright neon lettering. It was just a simple little book bag. Obviously didn't take very many pictures of it. It sold for $23.24 on sale. Collected $28.18. I spent $2 at a thrift store. $8.08 shipping and fees. Total profit $18.10. It took 6 months to sell. Here is a Mexican blanket. Here's the design on it. It was a fairly large one. I'm pretty sure it was cotton. I didn't do a burn test on it, but just based on the weave and what it feels like, my parents had a wool one, and I still own that one, and I compared the thickness to it, and this definitely felt like it was cotton. Anyway, but it sold for $55.79. Had it been wool, it would have been worth closer to $80. I spent $12 on this at an estate sale, $15.63 in shipping and fees. I did use pirate ship for this. I shipped it in a poly bag and saved a little bit of money that way, so I was able to recover a little bit of money there for a total profit of $37.42. It took about a month to sell. Here's Huckleberry Hound mask. So I bought a bunch of masks at a estate sale, and this poor guy was just absolutely falling apart. So I taped him on the inside with washi tape. Somebody offered me $4.99, so I took it, and he was out of here because it's Halloween's over. Anyway, $8.49 is what the total he paid. I spent about 50 cents. There were a whole bunch in a bag, and I think I only paid $2 or $3 for the bag. $4.25 shipping and fees for a total profit of $3.74. It took a month and it's out of here. Some of the other ones are so brittle, and this is such a dry climate. I think I might end up donating them because I just don't want them to get smashed. World War II Army blanket. This came from my neighbor. It is, I know it was her father's, and she gave it to me to sell. She's very sweet when they moved out a couple years ago. And it unfortunately is not worth very much. It doesn't say USN or U.S. Army on it. So I think it's worth less. I think if they have that. But there's a million of them out there, quite frankly. These just aren't worth as much as they used to be. $19.99 is what it's sold for. I collected $27.40. Here again, I used pirate ship to ship it. I shipped it in a poly bag. So my total profit on this was $16.71, and it took about 5 weeks to sell. Here's a Cutter and Buck polo shirt. So there is a private club near me that is the Yellowstone Club, but there's also this other club called Spanish Peaks, which is not as exclusive. And some people are, I mean, they're beautiful homes, don't get me wrong. It's still plenty of money, but it doesn't have a gate like the club where no one can get in. It's not as protected. So anyway, it is desirable to someone who knows something about it. It's not as well known as the Yellowstone Club, but so this sold for $15.99. I collected $19.17. I didn't pay anything for this. A friend of mine, her ex-boyfriend, worked for them, and she gave me all of his uniforms to sell. $5.79 is what I paid in shipping and fees for a total profit of $13.38. It took a year to sell, and I still have 2 more. This came out of my daughter's closet. She was cleaning out all of her stuffed animals. Most of the stuff I ended up donating. This little guy, he was worth some money. Someone requested a less expensive price, I think like $10 or $12 or something. So we went back and forth, and I finally agreed on $14. I asked my daughter first since it's hers, and I split the profits with her. So anyway, that's what it sold for. I collected $17.34 $5.73 shipping and fees for a total profit of $11.61, and it took 2 weeks to sell. Here is a vintage spoon holder. This came from my husband's estate. I found a random box in the basement that I've been tripping over. You know, there's nothing like a move to make you kind of realize that you have a lot of stuff laying around, including boxes full of random things like spoon holders that you've never used that have been sitting there for 2 years. So I sold this $14.99. Didn't pay anything for it. $12.44 shipping and fees for a total profit of $12.02. It's out of here, and it only took 3 days to sell. Magnavox, I thought this was going to be worth more, but it wasn't. I sold it for $9.99. I paid $5 for this. I don't know why I paid so much at an estate sale. So my profit on that was $3.45. That one wasn't super great. The Sonys do okay, the older Sonys, and some of the Panasonics. And the last thing I sold for the week was this Atlas turntable. I have sold almost all of the railroad track stuff. I still have some track left, but this is a turntable with a motor. $39.99 is what it sold for. I spent about $9. It was $55 for 2 tubs worth of railroad HO scale things, including some trains. I've definitely made all of my money back on that, but $15.49 shipping and fees for a total profit of $25.01. It took 6 weeks to sell. Looking at my numbers, $208.26 is what everything sold for. $262.49 is what I collected. $33 is what I spent mostly on the Mexican blanket, the CD player, and then the railroad, and $9 on the railroad. $87.35 shipping, eBay, PayPal fees for total profit of the week $146.65. Amazon merch, I sold 8 shirts, 2 pop sockets for $44.55. My total for the week just under 200 at $191.20. Yeah, I should be doing more than what I did. I don't know why. I listed 17 things, so I did my accountability check. I listed 17 things this week, which I would like to be listing maybe 7 to 10 more than that. But the dollar value was only at 400. You saw I sold a couple things pretty inexpensively. I'm just trying to move out stuff. Like I said, I found this thing from my husband's estate that's been sitting in a box in my hallway for 2 years, and I finally made him go through it, and there's a lot of silverware in there, and his family was really in, they were from Virginia, and they were really into the whole colonial look, and so that's what I had to sell out of that box. I've been trying to go through some of my old inventory. Nothing like a move to, or the threat of a move. I shouldn't say I'm moving. I don't even know. To make you go through some stuff that you have been putting off, and to go through your house and purge things that you aren't using anymore and see what is available to sell and what you need to just donate and get rid of. So I've been doing a lot of that with my time. So next week, I'm not going to have a video. I'm going to be on the road. We are taking the children out to see where they could potentially be moving to. Probably next summer is now where we're looking. So I am going to be on the road. It's Thanksgiving week. I hope you guys all have a fabulous Thanksgiving. I might do a video between now and then. Sizely has been kind enough to offer me a trial period for their software, and I would love to do a video between now and my next video about how to use Sizely and what they have to offer. This will be exciting for me because now I won't have to use the t-shirt model when I sell a sweater. So I'm going to try to get some stuff listed this week that is clothing so that I can demonstrate how that works. And I will have a link down below if you guys want to give it a try as well. It would be for the free trial just to see how it works. My computer has run out of room and it keeps giving me the message that your disk is full and you need to make more space, and I can't even update for the latest operating system because I don't have enough room on my hard drive to do that. So I've been going through a bunch of old eBay photos, and there's been this weird thing that's been happening as I've been going through them, and I've been going through the ones for the last like year and a half. I'll have like 3 or 4 weeks of everything's gone, and then I'll have a week or two of stuff that's only a few things are gone, and then and it kept happening over and over again. So I don't know if that's part of the algorithm with eBay, that they show your stuff for a few weeks. I mean, oh my gosh, let's not go down the rabbit hole. Forget that. But it just seemed odd to me that I'll have a couple weeks of things that completely sold. And it's not like, oh, this is stuff that makes sense. Like, this is really good stuff, super collectible, or really amazing clothing, or any of that. To me, it seems completely random. Like, it is not predictable, and I'm not exactly sure what times of year everything's sold that I was wiping out photos for. But anyway, the good news is I do keep my eBay photos for everything that's live, which was great because this summer, as you all know, eBay lost all of our photos except for the gallery photo. So I was able to easily go back and get my eBay photos. But of course it clogs up a ton of room on my hard drive. So that's why I was going through and trying to make some more space. And that was a weird thing that I saw. So leave a comment down below if that's happened to you. I don't know if anybody else purges their photos that way, but I just found it really strange that there would be 3 or 4 weeks of amazing, like everything's gone, maybe one thing per week that's still left a year or 2 later, and then other weeks where I've got 7 or 8 things that are still left a year or 2 later. So it just didn't make any sense to me. Anyway, hit that subscribe button if you haven't. It is free. If you do the little bell, then that will give you a notification when I release videos. Maybe I'll include some cool, just slice of life videos on the road in California. We'll see. But I want to thank you guys for watching, and I hope your sales are going well. Just keep listing. It's all you can do. Have a good week.